Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, back again with another Ferrero Friday project, and this time it's a cute little Ferrero handbag that has a little thank you on the inside and holds 2 Ferrero Rocher. I decided to put the thank you on the inside because I thought it just looked so cute, like as a little handbag, but obviously you could put that on the outside if you wanted, or something else as well. So this is using the lovely new Tranquil Tide Designer Series paper and the stack, and I'm going to make it now in Berry Burst, which is a gorgeous pink colour, which I've got here. And you just need a piece of cardstock that is 19 by 19 centimetres, and you're going to need your trimmer as well, along with an embossing tool and a ruler. So once you've trimmed your cardstock, zoom out, you're going to score one of the sides at 5, at 10, at 15 and at 16. Then rotate it and score at 5 centimetres and 14 centimetres, like so. Pop your trimmer to one side, and then it's easier to do the trimming before you do the other scoring. So I'm going to come in with my bone folder and reinforce all of these score lines, and because of the way the handbag folds, I'd really recommend a really good firm burnish on those score lines. So just go around and do all of those like so, and then we're going to start trimming. And the first thing, we're going to trim away this outer square on either side, on both sides I should say, like so. And then I'm going to leave this long skinny tab in place. I'm going to use that just to reinforce that top. So just trim down either side. So do the same on the opposite side. Now the next one we're going to be using to make our joining flaps. So just cut to the next score line on both sides. So about 1 centimetre or sort of ½ inch. Then cut straight down and straight down. Same on the opposite side. And then again, this last one, just trim to about 1 centimetre on both sides. Okay. Pop that away like so. And then these ones, you want to do a really sharp sort of corner, because particularly on this one here, it's going to be coming into the bottom section is going to be coming into sort of quite a sharp diagonal. So we just need to trim those away. So this one that's closest to the large bit, and the other one. Okay. So you'll end up with what looks a little bit of an odd piece that looks like this. Next you're going to need an embossing tool and a ruler. Just mark, oh, excuse me, bashing the light. Mark the midpoint, so it's 2½ centimetres on either side. And then all you're going to do is, I zoom in slightly, make it a bit easier hopefully. You're just literally going from the middle point to this corner here. A nice firm score. Same on the opposite side. Oh, and there's I haven't tabbed out on that one. Okay, get the scissors back in for that. There we go. There we go. And then again, reinforce those. So fold them first in the direction of the score, because that's where you've stretched the card, and then fold them back in the opposite direction, because they're actually going to fold slightly in. So now you've cut your cardstock, we're going to decorate it. So this is going to be our base, and this is the front and the back. And I say that because you're going to want to make sure that the pattern, if it's got a direction on it, is going in the right direction. So I'm just using some snail and a piece of designer series paper that is, if I check my notes, 8.5 by 4.5 centimetres. And I've just put that on the base rather than on the top. Oh, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly trim a second piece of DSP, which obviously I've got a piece here already, so just another 4.5 centimetre piece. Okay. Best laid plans and all that. Right, let's try again, shall we? Okay, so there's our DSP. All right, so once you put it on the right way, preferably, so hopefully you'll learn from my mistake, you're then going to come in with some adhesive. Now you could use tape if you wanted. I'm going to use my fuse because it gives a nice strong bond for box making. So just put the glue on those tabs there. And then all we're going to do is just fold those up, and at this point it's just going to be like a standard square box. So although we've folded those triangles, you don't need to worry about them. One bit I do need to do is just glue those two strips on the inside. So that's just to add a little bit of reinforcement to it, and just trim one of the pieces like so. Okay. Right, now you can finish making your box. Okay, so you'll end up with a box that looks like this, and then because you've scored, that will just fold in and the lid will fold over. Clearly not with it today at all because I've forgotten to put the piece on the front as well. I'm using a corner rounder here, whatever corner rounder you have. See, mine is an old Stampin' Up one, but I know they've been discontinued. But there are lots out there that you could use, or you could use your envelope punch board as well. I'm going to corner round. You could leave it square if you wanted to. I just quite like the effect of the corner rounding on that. But don't worry if you don't. Okay, so there's our little box. We now need to stamp our sentiment. So I'm going to use some Berry Burst ink. And then the thank you is from this stamp set here, which is Thankful Thoughts, which is a really useful everyday thank you one. So a bit of Berry Burst. Stamp it in the middle. So not a lot of stamping on this one, but you don't always need lots of stamping to make a pretty gift. Not when you've got lovely papers like this anyway. And then just pop that in the middle on the inside there, like so. And then to make the closure, I'm literally just going to punch with a 3/4 inch punch, a circle like so. And then using the 1/2 inch punch on a scrap piece of DSP, I'm just going to put a sort of focus point by just focusing on one of those little floral sort of images, and a little bit of wet glue on the back there. This way pokey tools are really useful because you can just pick it up like so. And then to mount that, I'm going to literally just cut a side bit. So it's sort of like half a dimensional. Actually, might be easier. Just going to come across, literally cut half a dimensional there, and put it on the lower half of that circle. Then what you'll do is fold that over, and with that folded over in place, line up the circle in the middle. Now obviously you can measure that, it might be better looking at me to measure it so that it's in place. Then once it's in place, give it a good press from behind. And then to make the handle, obviously you could use a piece of ribbon if you wanted. I haven't got any of the new ribbon to hand just yet, so I've cut a strip that is 1 centimetre by 21 centimetres, and I'm just going to curl that over slightly like so, and then just fold in either end. It doesn't have to be precise, you don't have to worry about scoring it, and just, I mean, I would guess it's probably about a couple of centimetres on either end, and then just put some fuse on the inside there and attach that to the lid, and like so. And all that remains is to pop in a couple of Ferrero Rocher. Ones that your dog hasn't eaten. Those of you who follow my blog will know what I mean by that. And lo and behold, there you have a pretty handbag Ferrero Rocher thank you. I hope you've enjoyed those. I hope you enjoy making them. They'd make lovely little table favours as well. You could put almonds in them for the ladies, or you could easily put some little toiletries in there. And if you'd like to make them, then visit my Stampin' Up shop at www.heidismith.stampinup.net, or visit my blog. The links are on there to my shop as well. Or give me a call and I'll be more than happy to help you. Bye for now. Come back soon.